1. A hot summer day in Cleveland, Ohio. Dorothy's kitchen is cluttered, homey, and dated. There's a table with 4 chairs and a large trash can lit off. Audrey, dressed to clean, is working with fervor. Marilyn, dressed in comfortable clothes and looking refreshed, sits at the table drinking green tea and occasionally checking her cell phone. When Jean enters, she is dressed casually, hair and makeup perfect. When Dorothy enters, she is dressed nicely, but a little off. Maybe the clothes are a little wrinkled, or the colors and patterns don't quite match. She alternates between sitting at the table and checking to ensure Audrey isn't throwing away her treasures. Jean enters.
Got anything to drink here? I'm dry in a popcorn fart.
Bourbon in the cabinet, lemonade in the fridge.
Oh, bless you, child. You know how your Auntie Jean craves a Kentucky lemonade on a hot day. Good for my Arthur.
Jean pours herself a generous drink. Dorothy enters carrying a photo album.
You marry a man, live with him for 53 years, and he's gone.
He's out of pain.
I was thinking about our wedding day.
Dorothy opens the photo album.
Only yesterday we kicked off our shoes and danced at the Bay City Firehouse until the cows came home. That was some wedding bash you and Tom had.
Oh, come look. Audrey?
I've seen it a million times.
That big old grin on Tom's face.
I still can't believe Father Powers let that honor server
Wear
sneakers to a wedding.
Oh, your dress is beautiful. Yours too, Aunt Jean.
We cleaned up pretty good back then, eh, Dot?
I can count the number of times Tom and I slept apart on my fingers, and maybe a toe or two.
You're gonna give yourself a heart attack.
The funeral is in 3 days. This house is a wreck.
It's not a wreck.
It's going to take a lot of work to get it ready to sell.
It's not going on the market this week.
I'm here now.
Marilyn, hand me my magnifying glass.
Where is it?
In the junk drawer.
I'll get it.
Audrey urgently cuts off Marilyn and Jean, stealthily retrieves the folder from the drawer, pulls out a magnifying glass. She shoves the folder back in the drawer and closes it quickly.
Here.
You're faster than greased lightning.
Dorothy peers at the album through the magnifying glass.
Look at these sneakers. One of them is untied.
Surprised you can see them. Will you help me put the air conditioner in?
Sure.
We don't need an air conditioner.
It's stifling.
I'm not hot.
You're sitting.
You should too.
I can't sell the house like this.
I can't find my St. Joseph statue.
We'll find all that stuff before you move.
We need St. Joseph to sell the house.
You're not doing this.
Doing what?
It works.
What's the harm?
It's disrespectful.
It's just a statue.
What are you talking about?
She wants to bury a statue of St. Joseph in the yard to make the house sell faster.
How does a statue of St. Joseph sell a house?
You bury St. Joseph in your yard, upside down, and he helps you sell your house. But you have to promise to dig him up after the house sells.
That's crazy, even for Catholics.
You know Donna Marie, the one whose husband left her for that trashy red-headed waitress who worked the night shift at Denny's? She buried her statue and sold it a week after her first open house.
The one Higby's bought and leveled for a parking lot?
That's the one.
Jean pours herself another Kentucky lemonade.
She used to garden topless in her backyard.
It was on the china closet right next to Graham's sugar bowl, the one with the little pink rosebuds and the bent sugar tongs.
We are not burying St. Joseph.
Yeah, nobody minded the topless gardening. But then she started doing yoga in the nude.
It worked when we sold the old house.
The neighbors drew the line at the down dog position.
I wonder what possessed that waitress to think she looked good as a redhead.
Marilyn takes hand sanitizer from her purse, rubs her hands together, and cleans her cell phone.
These superstitions give Catholics a bad name. People think our faith revolves around burying statues to get what we want, taping wise men Christmas cards to over the front door, making sure an infant of Prague statue faces the right way. It makes us look stupid.
Well, yeah.
You know, when you left the church, you gave up the right to criticize it.
Come on, girls. It's too hot. Sweet Jesus, Audrey, take a break. Sweating bullets watching you.
Are you sure you haven't seen my statue? He's holding a brown staff. Well, half the staff. Your father was going to glue it back, but we lost the piece that broke off.
Haven't seen it. Damn, it's hotter than hell in here.
He won't be able to fix it now, even if we do find the staff. Are you sure you didn't throw it away? She's throwing everything away.
I'm not throwing everything away. I don't know how you live in this pigsty.
Oh, she didn't mean that.
As soon as I cool down, I'll give you a hand.
Don't get in her way. She'll mow you down.
I'll make you some green tea. Help keep you cool. How about you, Mom?
Don't bother.
No thanks.
Tropical green teas, new in the store, full of antioxidants. There's a Monsanto protest next weekend in Philadelphia. You should go.
Kids have too much going on.
Take them. They should know they're being poisoned.
When was the last time you saw that old statue?
It was always in the china closet. I haven't seen it in years, not since... Uh-oh.
What?
Maybe I forgot to dig it up when we moved from the old house.
Oh, you mean that statue's been in the ground for 30 years?
With his little old toes sticking up?
I planted it under the yellow teacup rose bush by the front door, the one your father hated to trim.
Oh, my God.
It's a piece of plaster.
I'll pop down to McKay's and pick up another one.
I meant to dig it up.
Please, leave the trash can alone.
How could you abandon St. Joseph?
I didn't abandon him.
You're supposed to take care of something that's blessed.
How are you supposed to dispose of it?
You burn it like palm leaves.
Oh, what about things you can't burn, like broken metals and statues?
Those you have to bury.
Barry?
Like under a yellow teacup rose bush?
See? I was right all the
It's
time.
not funny.
Oh, let it go, honey.
His little old toes sticking up.
It. Oh my God. This family is crazy. I must be adopted.
Fat chance of that. We even have the same birthmark.
The family birthmark proudly worn and handed down generation to generation. What was it Graham called it?
Now, when your mom and I were little, Graham used to say we had angel kisses. Now mine looks more like Mick Jagger's lips.
Will you get me a new statue?
No.
Oh, Audrey will have this place looking so good it'll sell like lightning. St. Joseph or no St. Joseph.
Tom's only been gone 3 days.
Dorothy looks at the album.
He could hardly lift his arms. His suit was so tight.
Didn't Dad look different with hair?
Please, don't make me look.
Oh, honey.
If I look at him, I'll...
We can look at these later.
I don't know if I can.
It'll take time.
Doesn't seem right talking about selling the house before the funeral.
I have to go to the funeral home, call the cemetery. Oh, crap. I wish it didn't take so long to get the death certificates. We need to switch Dad's pension to beneficiary.
I can sign for him.
You can't sign his checks.
I'm his wife.
They're going to recalculate the benefit for you.
I'm not getting less, am I?
I don't know. The postal pension plan is confusing. You need to stay at least a week.
I have to get back.
Through the weekend, sort through stuff.
I wouldn't know what you wanted to throw away or keep.
Don't throw away any of the newspapers when Kennedy was shot.
If Mom can't use it, you don't want it, you don't think I would want it, toss it or donate it.
I can help.
Now I know what Jackie went through. No wonder she married that old Greek.
Taking Mom shopping into her appointments is more than enough.
I have to get back to the store.
Your boss will understand.
She wore those lovely hats. Maybe I could wear my old pillbox to your father's funeral. The one with the black netting I wore to St. Anne's when Graham died.
A classic.
That would be lovely. I know you think I have a bullshit job.
I never said that. Jesus, this drawer is stuffed with used batteries.
What you meant.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Since when do you care about saying Jesus?
Well, with God making up his mind where he's sending your father, we should all be careful what we say.
The St. Peter will slap a harp in Tom's hand and shove him through those pearly gates, even if it's just to hear a good joke.
They don't tell jokes in heaven.
Yeah. Don't you think you're rushing this whole sell the house and make Mom move thing?
I only have 3 weeks vacation left. Well, 2 after this week. You and Dad should have moved years ago.
We were fine.
Marilyn texts furiously on her phone.
You could drive out on the weekends.
Leave 2 teenagers alone?
Bring them.
Sports, jobs, friends.
Jean can help me.
It's not her job.
Marilyn slams down her phone.
I'll come back next month.
Airfare from San Francisco is expensive.
Fine. I'll stay home then.
Through the weekend.
I can't.
Audrey gives a physical response. Marilyn texts.
You need to relax. Have you thought about yoga? It releases you.
I have some strawberry in the fridge.
Does it look like I have time for yoga?
The exercise, not the snack.
Yeah, I love you, but you gotta stop. You stress over everything.
Looks like you're stressed over whomever you're texting.
It's work. One day, you'll wake up and not know who you are.
What's the worst thing that happens if you screw up on your job? The store newsletter goes out late? Someone has to wait a week to get their coconut oil? If I screw up, someone innocent could go to jail. Or a company could go bankrupt and all its employees are out of jobs.
You chose a high-pressure career.
Girls, it's too hot for this.
I help people.
I help people.
Different.
You get off on the adrenaline rush.
You think I like the constant worry?
You thrive on it. Unfortunately, the people around you don't.
Dissatisfied with the text, Marilyn puts her phone aside.
Ryan cheated on me because some skanky bitch whore went after him even though she knew he was taken.
I didn't say anything about Brian.
You probably forced your boyfriends to go on your crusades and marches and eat dried seaweed.
Sweet Jesus, it's hotter than a goat's butt in a pepper patch.
Your sister's trying to help.
I'm switching to iced tea. Anybody else?
That tea you drink is too sweet.
Didn't Graham have diabetes?
Sweet is how we Southern ladies like it.
I'm putting the air conditioner in the window.
It's not that hot.
It is.
It blocks my view.
You can spy on the neighbors from the other windows.
Audrey holds up a broken item.
What is this?
But don't throw that away.
What is it?
Well, it came from something.
Audrey tosses it.
We could use Babs right now. That woman could lift an ox with her left hand and dribble 3 basketballs with her right.
She was a tomboy from the day she was born.
Tomboy.
Aunt Babs was a lesbian?
And Uncle Frankie was gay.
He had that secret government job he didn't talk about.
Not some bullshit job.
She was his goatee.
Beard, Mom. It's called a beard. Wait, Aunt Babs and Uncle Frankie were gay? How come I didn't know?
You didn't?
You were young.
Are you sure?
He drank wine.
He was gay because he drank wine.
Oh, he didn't just drink wine. He knew everything about it. Steamed the labels off and pasted them in a book. And held his glass like this.
That made him gay?
He was in a play once.
Drinking wine and being in a play means he was gay.
In France. They were living in France when he was in the play.
Well, that seals it.
He stayed out all hours with those play people. You know what they're like. Always hugging and sharing makeup and saying things like, "See you soon, darling. Love your hair, sweet." Who knows what went on with those French lewd actors?
His pension got him into that retirement community in Florida. The one with the STDs.
What's an ST?
Don't ask.
Spicy Bloody Marys at noon. Couldn't wait for the hands of the clock to point up. They were out and running by the 4th chime.
They had their own bathrooms.
Am I the only one in the free world who didn't know about Aunt Babs and Uncle Frankie?
Yep.
What else don't I know?
Dorothy hands Marilyn the magnifying glass.
You can put this back.
Audrey scoops up the magnifying glass.
Got it.
Audrey shoves the magnifying glass in the drawer and continues to work.
Don't throw those away. You can take them home with you. Give them to the kids.
They're expired.
It's a sin to waste food.
I must have been absent the day they covered that commandment.
Didn't you want me to help you pick out what to wear for the funeral?
I'm not wearing black. And I need pockets.
Let's go upstairs and look.
I want to keep an eye on Audrey.
Tom would want you to look nice.
Don't let your sister throw anything away that's important.
Dorothy and Jean exit.
Take a break.
If I sit, I think.
Try some of this lavender hand sanitizer.
I'll wash my hands when I'm done.
You keep touching your face.
Audrey reaches to touch Marilyn's face.
Stop it.
Only a little dirt.
Get away.
Have a smudge on your face.
Quit it.
I'm not touching you.
It's not funny.
Mom, she's touching me with her spit.
Asshole.
You won't die from a little dirt.
There are millions of germs in saliva.
Marilyn is distracted by a text on her phone.
Who are you texting?
Nobody.
Has to be somebody.
Should I go through these medicines?
Please.
Why would anyone save old antibiotics?
Why would anybody keep a grocery bag full of leaky soy sauce packets and crumpled tea bags from Chinese restaurants?
I guess Dad's papers are in good shape.
Still going through them.
I looked in his desk. I thought maybe I could help.
I have them. At least the ones I could find.
Is there anything we need to talk about?
Later.
Mom's upstairs.
What do you want to know?
Is everything okay?
There was one surprise. Like I said, we can talk about it
Let's
later.
get it over.
I don't know where to start.
Well, Dad thought...
You and Dad talked about it?
Well, yeah.
Why didn't he tell me?
Figured you didn't need to know.
Doesn't seem fair.
It's not a big deal.
Are you mad?
I thought you would be mad.
Why would I be mad?
Audrey and Marilyn realize they are not talking about the same thing.
You should take those pills to a drug recycle center. It keeps them out of the groundwater.
Don't change the
Do
subject.
you know what's in our drinking water? Antibiotics, hormones, and mood stabilizers.
What's the secret I'll be mad about?
It's not a secret.
Then it should be easy to tell me.
You can't tell Mom. Dad lent me $2,000. You can't tell Mom.
He lent you $2,000? What for?
Massage therapy school.
When you worked as a masseuse for 6 months?
Yeah, a massage therapist. You know I had to stop because of carpal tunnel. You didn't find the IOU?
He probably threw it out when you paid him back. You didn't pay him back?
It
What
was
the hell?
Dad's money, not yours.
I waited tables, I clerked. I even did a stint as a telemarketer.
Yeah, everyone knows how hard you worked. First college graduate in the family, first in your class, first lawyer, first.
I never asked for a penny.
Scholarship.
Partial. I earned it.
I can't even afford a car, much less a house. Everything in San Francisco has skyrocketed.
You gotta pay Mom back.
I don't have it.
$100 a month.
I barely squeak by.
$40, $10 a week.
You'll make out like a bandit with rent money when she moves in with you.
I'm not charging her rent. She can live with you.
I don't have room.
You owe her $2,000.
You can take $2,000 from her account. We'll be even.
It's her money.
Tell her it's for legal fees or moving fees or anything.
I am going to burn a lot of vacation time helping her to move.
There you go.
Dad wouldn't like it. He gave you a loan, not a gift.
Take it out of the money he left us.
What money?
Dad's will. How much did he leave us?
Dad didn't have a will.
Didn't you do one for him? You're the lawyer.
Everything they owned was joint. There wasn't anything to leave us.
Life insurance?
For the funeral.
We're his daughters.
Dad dies and all you can think about is money.
Well, all you can think about is selling the house and making Mom move, whether she wants to or not.
You're not the one she calls.
Oh, she calls me.
Only to complain about me. Or gossip about the neighbors. When she needs to renew a prescription or figure out a tax bill, she calls me. When she gave all her personal information to that fake IRS caller, it took Dad months to straighten it out. She still doesn't think she did anything wrong. Her eyesight is getting worse every day. A matter of time before she goes blind.
It's not brain surgery.
You're going 3,000 miles away and leaving me with this mess.
You're the one making the mess.
You're sitting on your ass like it's a damn tea party.
trying to stay out of your way.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, it's what we all do. It's what Dad did.
Audrey kicks the trash can over, peels off her gloves, and throws them on the floor.
It's all yours. I'm going home.
We shouldn't be fighting. Dad wouldn't like it.
He wouldn't.
Marilyn turns the trash can upright and starts gingerly to pick up items to put back in the trash can. Audrey hands Marilyn a pair of clean gloves and helps clean up.
You found something else in Dad's stuff?
It can wait.
Should I be worried? Is there a mysterious veiled woman going to throw herself shrieking across his coffin?
He's being cremated.
His urn.
It's got nothing to do with Dad. Or Mom.
Then what? What?
Audrey retrieves the folder from the junk drawer.
I swear I didn't know about this.
Let me see.
Mom and Aunt Jean might come down.
Give it to me.
Audrey hands the folder to Marilyn.
I thought you said Dad didn't have a will.
Aunt Jean's will. Dad's executor.
Wow. You didn't know?
Found it yesterday.
I mean, she's free to do whatever she wants. It wouldn't have surprised me if she left her money to the Southern Iced Tea Society or the Preservation of the Poodles Club. You always were her favorite.
Not true.
She's leaving everything to you.
Weird.
What are you going to do?
Let's pretend we haven't seen it.
But we have seen it.
Let's forget it.
I can't forget that my aunt, my only living aunt, hates me.
She doesn't hate you.
She's leaving you her house and all its contents and residuary estate.
I'm sure there's a simple explanation.
She hates me.
She does not.
Let's do the mature thing. Ask.
We can't.
Right to the horse's mouth.
I'm not asking Aunt Jean.
Are you crazy? We'll ask Mom.
You do it.
Marilyn and Audrey exit. Jean and Dorothy enter.
Audrey doesn't understand. This is happening too fast.
She's been planning ever since Tom got sick.
She should have spent more time praying for him to get better. You don't see Marilyn rushing me to move.
Audrey's doing what she thinks is best.
If I move in with her, what happens to my furniture? My things? She won't want my dishes. She's got that Art Deco stuff she bought on eBay.
I think you mean eBay.
Took me 7 years to get all the pieces. Birthday, anniversary presents. What about my Christmas decorations? Tom's white leather chair. He loved that chair. You can still see the shiny spot where he lay his head when he fell asleep.
The important thing is that you have a place to go.
I worry about you. It's all right now, but when you're my age, it's hard to be alone.
Better to be alone with someone you like than married to someone you don't.
I'd rather be alone than living with Audrey and those kids.
Oh, you love them.
I can't even sit in my kitchen and drink a cup of coffee without her bitching about how dirty my house is, or why I didn't throw this or that away. Forget smoking a cigarette. She says I have to quit so I don't contaminate her precious house. I don't even inhale.
You need to tell her.
She knows I don't inhale.
How about not wanting to move?
I probably should move, but what's the rush?
Oh, she likes things settled.
You need to find a good man with a good pension.
That ship sailed into the sunset and sank.
Well, what about that accountant? What was his name? Archie somebody. He was nice. He had that cherry red convertible and wore those cute little plaid caps.
'Cause he was balder than a peeled egg. That man had thick black hair growing everywhere except where you'd want it. Lord have mercy, his eyebrows were so long I thought they were his bangs.
Hair is manly.
If I wanted to date Bigfoot, I'd move to Saskatchewan. Merciful Jesus, he took his shirt off at the beach and the seagulls dive-bombed his back to get hair for their nests.
Oh, gee.
And before you bring up Jay,
He was so good to his mother.
couldn't bear to be parted from her.
Oh, but that's sweet.
That's bull crap. His friends invited us to a wedding in Cancun, and I thought moonlit walks on the beach, torchlit dinners, watching the sunrise.
He wanted to bring his mother?
Bring his mother? He took his mother. And all I got was a postcard and that crappy t-shirt that said, "Everything is better in Cancun." I told him to stick his postcard and his t-shirt up his mother's ass. If there was room next to his head.
At least you don't have anyone telling you what to do. It's no fun having daughters sometimes.
Jean washes dishes forcefully. Audrey and Marilyn enter.
Aunt Jean, you don't have to do that.
Oh, anything to help out my girl. You've been busier than a cat bearing shit on a marble floor.
Mom, can I talk with you a minute?
What is it?
Privately.
I'm bringing that air conditioner up after dinner.
She wouldn't sweat so much if she stopped throwing everything away.
I can hear you, Mom.
Audrey exits with a box.
Just for a second.
I'll see if Audrey needs help.
We're family. No secrets.
Mom.
Is something wrong? You lost your job.
No!
You can move back home. In your old room.
No, I didn't lose my job.
We could have it painted.
I'm fine.
I'll go sit down in the living room so you can talk. I'm about done in.
Audrey enters with bags of clothes.
Drink some iced tea.
Honey, Southern women don't drink iced tea. We inhale it.
You were born and raised in Michigan. You only lived in Alabama for 10 years.
They were important years.
Mom?
What's in the bags?
Dad's shirts for Purple Heart.
Give them to Brian.
Give Dad's old shirts to my ex-husband.
Your father always liked him. They'll cut them up for rags.
I give up.
Later. How are you coming with the luncheon?
Do we have to have a lunch? It's expensive.
You can afford a lunch.
Gotta let calm go with a bang.
Who's going to come?
The neighbors? Maybe some of your old neighbors.
They'll come out of the woodwork when that obit hits the paper.
That's it. No lunch.
Oh, you'll like seeing your old neighbors. I could call some of them. Where's your address book?
You all go. I'll stay home.
He's your husband.
Bertha Simpkins didn't go to her husband's funeral.
Who the hell is Bertha Simpkins?
Claire Simpkins' wife. Bertha didn't go to his funeral, and no one thought anything about it.
She was in a coma.
Oh my God, Mom.
Oh, Bertha circled the drain for months.
And there's no bathroom in that chapel.
We won't be there long.
Oh, for God's sake, Dot, I got a pea-sized bladder and I'm going. We can slap on Depends and we'll be set.
We're all going to Dad's funeral.
The general has spoken.
You'll be glad you went.
I'll tell everybody you didn't go to your husband's funeral because there wasn't a bathroom.
Let's find your address book.
All the family isn't going.
You want me to drive home and get Alex and Drew?
Brian could bring them.
And stay where?
There's the sleeper in the living room.
I'm not having this conversation.
I'm sure that Audrey would have brought Drew and Alex if she could.
Alex and Drew. You broke the family naming tradition.
That was not happening.
Really, Mom? Subject another generation to that?
You have beautiful names.
Well, it's hard growing up with a sex symbol's name, but not her body.
Don't I know? I'm no Jean Harlow, and you're any more than you're Dorothy L'Amour.
You were more beautiful than Jean Harlow. Your face was your ticket out of Bay City.
You're the one that wanted out.
I didn't want to marry one of those boys and be stuck there forever.
Nothing wrong with those boys.
The good ones didn't come on our side of the tracks.
Some did.
You know, I had.
17 proposals.
Proposals.
Not propositions.
Before you met Dad.
If I had stayed in Bay City, I wouldn't have met your father. Neither of you would be here. Getting out of Michigan and moving to Cleveland was the best decision I ever made. You two never appreciated this town.
It's stifling here.
Villanova Law School offered the best deal. Since I was doing it on my own.
Funny how none of us seem satisfied with our hometowns.
Mobile, Alabama is a huge jump from Bay City, Michigan.
I was tired of the snow.
Oh, last Christmas you were outside making a snowman and snow angels all over the yard.
After 3 Kentucky lemonades.
The South called me.
You didn't stay.
Well, when Graham died, I realized that I missed my family. And the snow. You girls and your mom were the only family I had left. So I came out here.
Your father thought it was a good idea.
Once you live in the South, it never leaves you.
Tom always knew what was best, except for religion.
It's a shame we couldn't have Mass for him.
Dad wasn't Catholic.
The rest of us are.
I'm not. Neither is Aunt Jean.
Oh, you're Catholic. You went to 12 years of Catholic school and you made all the sacraments. Well, except for last rites and holy odors.
You mean holy orders.
Once a Catholic, always a Catholic.
I don't believe in it.
Oh, nobody believes all.
I'm not raising my children to believe in a bunch of mumbo-jumbo smoke and mirrors.
You could have had them baptized.
Why?
You have to be baptized to get into heaven.
I don't believe in heaven. Or hell. Or the Easter Bunny.
Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Just because you believe doesn't mean it exists.
You want your kids in purgatory forever?
Dad will keep them company.
I wish you could have convinced Dad to get baptized.
He knew it was a bunch of crap.
It is not.
Oh, don't worry. I baptized him on our wedding night in the downtown Holiday Inn. I brought a little bottle of holy water, and as soon as he fell asleep, I traced the sign of the cross on his forehead with my thumb.
Without his consent?
Well, I wasn't sure if we were really married if I didn't. It was bad enough Father Powers made us get married in that stuffy little chapel.
I don't think that
Of
counts.
course it does. I remember Sister Mary Paul telling us about a girl who baptized her friend in the ocean when he was bit by a shark.
He said he wanted to be baptized.
Well, babies can't say they want to be baptized.
So they have godparents.
Well, I was your dad's godparent.
You can't be your husband's godparent.
But I knew if your father understood what it meant, he would understand why I did it.
Is Dad in heaven or limbo?
Your dad is in heaven.
They got rid of limbo.
I thought they got rid of purgatory.
Aren't they the same thing?
Limbo was some random place made up in the Middle Ages and arbitrarily removed a few years back.
All that lunch money wasted buying pagan babies out of hell.
Purgatory.
Could have used some of that money now.
You've been paid in full.
I'm glad I baptized your father and your children.
You what?
When they were babies, I took them to that nice little chapel around the corner from your house, the one with the 7-foot statue of St. Michael the Archangel swinging a gold sword over his head. Makes you feel scared and safe at the same time. I baptized them with real holy water from the font.
When you knew I didn't want them baptized?
Why are you upset if it doesn't mean anything?
I want my grandchildren in heaven. It's the greatest gift I could give them.
How dare you interfere with my children?
Well, somebody had to care for their little souls. And now that they're teenagers.
I'm glad I joined a church with all that, without all that smoke and chanting and fussing.
That crazy church? I don't even have communion every Sunday.
No bingo either, but they still managed to bring people to God.
You were such a good Catholic girl. You spent every Saturday at the convent helping the sisters.
Long time ago,
You were never the same when you came back from Alabama.
that's for sure.
I can't find my white blouse with the navy collar.
It's got a gigantic stain on the back.
It does?
Glaucoma.
I'll keep the jacket on.
You can't wear a stained shirt to Dad's funeral.
No one will know if I keep the jacket on.
Let her wear what she wants.
When people see that stain, they'll blame me.
No one will know.
I'll know.
We could try some baking soda on Mom's blouse, maybe a little vinegar.
Upstairs. That's a great idea.
All right, but it's not going to work.
Let's try.
Audrey and Jean exit.
You look hungry. There's a hamburger in the freezer.
I don't eat red meat.
You can cook it until it's brown.
Mom, did I do anything to make Aunt Jean not like me?
What do you mean?
Did I do anything to make her angry? Maybe when I was younger?
Of course not.
Audrey found her will.
I told him not to keep those papers in the house. They made decisions behind my back.
Dad and Aunt Jean?
She always asked his advice. She should have come to me.
Did Dad tell her to cut me out of her will?
I don't remember.
You never forget anything as far as when money is concerned. What did I do?
Nothing. Forget it.
Audrey has always been her favorite.
She loves you.
Am I adopted?
What?
Were my real parents criminals and abandoned me in the backyard after a jewel heist? My blood-stained blanket splashed with the crimson blood of their innocent victims.
You and your crazy ideas.
You didn't answer my question. Am I adopted?
Keep your voice down.
Oh my God, I am adopted!
You're not adopted.
My birthmark is a tattoo, isn't it?
For Christ's sake, you're the spitting image of your father.
Why do I have to be quiet? What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's Audrey.
What's wrong with Audrey?
She's the one.
Audrey's adopted? She looks like you.
Keep your voice down.
Just like you and Graham.
She'll hear you.
Audrey's not my sister.
Oh, she's your sister.
I'm an only child. My life is a lie.
Oh, stop being so melodramatic.
Who's Audrey's? Oh, that's why Aunt Jean is leaving her everything. Oh my God. She's gonna freak.
Oh, you can't tell her.
Totally freak. Jesus Christ.
Be quiet.
Who's her father?
Your father's her father.
Oh my God, Mom! Dad and Aunt Jean?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Jean got herself in trouble, so your father and I adopted Audrey.
Jean enters.
Dot, I think I'm going to head on. You two okay? I'll see you day after tomorrow. Do I have a glob on my face or something?
We were talking about.
Dad, how it's a blessing he's released from his pain.
I keep thinking he's going to walk out of the bathroom blowing his nose. You blow your nose a lot when you get older.
Well, lots of parts drip when you're older.
Yeah, she's coming.
What?
Audrey enters, arms full, talking on the cell phone crooked in her neck.
I don't know any ministers. Doesn't one come with the chapel? Oh. No, I'm from Philadelphia. My mom's Catholic. I'll have to get back with you. Yes, the flowers are ordered. I haven't heard back from the organist.
Audrey exits.
What can't you say in front of Audrey?
Later.
Mom told me.
Audrey enters with a box of old cleaning supplies. As she speaks, she checks each item and throws most away in the trash can.
We need a minister for the funeral. I thought Wade Chapel would take care of it. Jesus, how old is this stuff? The powder's all stuck together. Do you know any ministers? Gross.
My friend Judy loves her minister. You want me to give her a call?
Please.
Audrey drops some of the supplies.
Damn it.
Marilyn tries to pick up the items dropped.
I got it.
Trying to help.
I'll call Judy. Dot, did you want to...
I'm fine.
Jean exits.
If it's too much trouble, we don't have to have a funeral.
Cut the crap.
That's no way to speak to your mother.
Yeah, she did just lose her husband.
Thanks for the news flash. I'm busting my ass, and all you do is bitch. I've opened my home to you, even though it will completely change our lives. My kids will probably have to go through years of therapy to recover.
I'll stay here, so I won't contaminate your perfect home.
You can't see with your glaucoma and macular. You wouldn't last 2 weeks without needing me to come out here.
I'm not helpless.
You panicked when the smoke alarm batteries needed to be changed.
It wouldn't stop beeping, but I fixed it.
Swatting a smoke alarm with a broom until it falls and breaks isn't fixing it.
I would think you would want to help your mother
I am helping.
after losing her dear husband.
Why isn't I haven't seen you cry since Dad died. Not once.
I loved your father. I stuck by him even when things were tough. I didn't give up.
You have no idea what I put up with.
Audrey, Mom.
Don't you start. The princess, the good daughter. Oh, give me something to do.
Audrey sits imitating Marilyn.
All I asked you to do is arrange one lousy lunch.
No matter what I do, it won't be right. I'll pick the wrong restaurant, the wrong menu, the wrong time. You're such a goddamn martyr. Oh, I blasphemed. Shit.
Jean enters.
My friend is going to contact her minister and call me back. What's going on?
Yeah, Audrey's a martyr.
I'm sick of both of them.
How about I pour us all
You
a
can't
bit-
solve everything with a drink.
Maybe not, but it sure takes the edge off. I know funerals bring out a lot of feelings, but maybe we could just count our blessings that we're together. 2 sets of sisters.
Let's take some pictures so we can remember this special time.
Marilyn pulls out her cell phone.
The time you called me a martyr?
That's a good idea.
Come on, a family pic. We never know what will happen tomorrow.
I need lipstick.
I'm grungy.
Yeah, in the moment. We never pass this way again and all that.
Will this take long?
I'll get my lipstick.
Yeah, you're fine, Mom. You stay right there in your chair. Aunt Jean, you sit next to her.
Marilyn pulls Audrey closer and takes a selfie of the 4 of them. Dorothy freezes with a fake smile. Audrey frowns. Marilyn sticks her tongue out at Audrey. Audrey returns the favor. They take several more pictures, each time getting sillier.
What are you two doing back there? Are you being silly? They used to do this in the car.
They're having a little fun.
Marilyn shows the photo to Audrey.
Oh, your face.
Audrey takes the phone and swipes through the photos. Marilyn tries to get the phone back.
Oh, I love these. Look.
Sticking your tongues out. That's disgusting. I told you I needed lipstick.
Who's this?
No one.
Marilyn snatches the phone and wipes it down.
He's good looking.
Let me see.
Oh, what's his name? Has he got a friend? An uncle?
My friend's husband at a rally.
Why can't you? Never mind. Never mind.
Audrey exits.
Just when I think you and your sister are getting along.
Cousin.
Stop it.
My cousin, right?
What?
Marilyn knows about Audrey and you.
Cat's out of the bag. How do we break it to Audrey?
We're not.
We should have done it a long time ago.
We're not telling Audrey, and that's final.
Oh, I'm not keeping this a secret.
She's gonna find out. Better to have her hear it from us.
No.
You're not being fair.
I'm ready for Audrey to find out who her mother is.
I raised her. When she was sick, I was the one who took care of her.
She's not a little girl who'll be confused by the truth.
That she was an unwanted baby?
I begged you to help me keep her.
It was for the best, so people wouldn't know about your shame.
What did I have to be ashamed of? For loving and trusting a man from the first day I set eyes on him?
We were cursed. Daughters of a no-good drunk. They waited for us to go bad.
Oh, just because Grandpa was an alcoholic.
He was a drunk. An alcoholic holds a job and drowns his sorrows. My father drowned himself and his family. Even after he died, we were branded. As soon as I saved enough money, I packed my bags and headed to Cleveland. Money is freedom. Don't ever forget that. A few years later, the curse came true, and we had to move my sister out of there before the whole town sniffed out the truth.
The South didn't call you.
The people were kind to me.
You could have visited any time.
Don't let her get cold, Jean. No snacks before dinner. A ballerina costume is too frivolous. She's too young for this, too old for that.
Audrey enters.
I hope she calls soon.
Who?
The minister.
She? The minister is a girl?
No, she's a woman.
Couldn't you get a man?
What do you have against female ministers?
I'm sure she does a very good job in her way. It would be better to have a man for your father's funeral.
Why?
A man would be more dignified.
We're lucky to find anyone.
Maybe this girl minister could recommend a man.
I'm sick of your men are smarter and more valuable than women crap.
There are some things that men do better and some things that women do better. If you had a brother, he could take care of my money.
I'm sure I'll do fine without a penis to calculate.
Jean's phone rings.
That's vulgar.
It's her.
Let's take it in the other room.
Audrey and Jean exit.
Why can't I come to Frisco with you?
No one says Frisco.
Oh, sure they do. It's in that song. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay.
That was the 60s.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
You'll be fine at Audrey's. You'll enjoy the grandkids.
Those kids don't walk into a room. They explode into it like grenades. Always talking on their cell phones and playing those awful video games. And you can hear the traffic all night. Your place is quieter.
I only have one bedroom.
Jean and I slept in the same bed when we were growing up. A single bed, mind you.
You'll have your own room at Audrey's.
Barely big enough for my bed and dresser. Drew's moving to the attic and will be banging around all over my head all night.
It'll be fine.
If Audrey finds out about Aunt Jean, she won't speak to me and I'll have to come and live with you. Unless you put me in a nursing home.
Jean enters.
I'm telling her.
She's my daughter, and I say no.
She's my daughter, too.
We'll tell her you were raped.
Mom!
It's better for you that you were attacked rather than having an accident.
I didn't slip on a banana peel.
Let's wait until after the funeral. She'll be devastated when she finds out Dad isn't her real father.
He is her real father. He didn't
donate the sperm.
I wish you wouldn't use that word, especially in the middle of the day.
Didn't realize we need to wait for an adult swim.
Let's get through the funeral.
She'll hate me.
She won't hate you.
Audrey enters.
Great news. We're set.
That's fine, honey. Maybe she's someone you can talk to now. And later, if you need to talk to someone,
I need you upstairs.
Dorothy and Jean exit.
Did you find out anything
Find out.
about Aunt Jean's will?
Oh, I was thinking. It's her decision.
You're awfully calm about this.
It's cool.
You still need to pay Mom back.
We'll talk about it after the funeral.
I'm not changing my mind.
Later.
All these secrets. Babs and Uncle Frankie. The man in your phone.
I told you, husband of a friend. This isn't a secret. It would upset Mom.
She wouldn't get upset with her favorite daughter.
I am not.
Please.
She's moving in with you.
Because I'm the Martha. You're the Mary. You're a lot nicer than I am.
Oh, I just don't let her get to me like you do.
She loves having you here.
I had more time with her after you left.
I bet she would like nothing better than for you to sleep with her.
Oh, it would be bad enough without remembering that's the bed we were conceived in.
The Saturday nights when she wore her negligee, peekaboo robe, and matching heeled slippers, the ones with the little bunny tail puffs on them. Hickory Farms cheese log, crackers, pepperoni, and vodka gimlets.
Oh, once I had to pee in the middle of the night and I heard him going at it and I wanted to poke out my eardrums.
Come on, Tom, do it
Oh, stop it!
When it was over, did she say, "That was
Oh,
nice"?
It was nice. They were nice. She's so nice. Dinner was nice.
His dick was nice.
Oh, God, I'm not listening. No.
How did she luck out to find a man who adored her and 17 others to propose?
We're meeting the wrong men.
I thought I had the right man. I waited long enough.
He was so good to her and the best dad.
I miss him.
Dorothy and Jean enter.
Of course you miss him. You girls were the most important thing to him in the world. He didn't want you to work like he did. Wanted you to go to college, like a boy.
What do you mean, like a boy?
You were smart not to waste your time with a 4-year college.
I'm thinking of going back.
You should have been a teacher. Let a man have your job. Men need good jobs to support their families.
I'm supporting a family.
You get all that alimony.
No one has gotten alimony since 1978.
You threw away a perfectly good husband.
You don't know anything about it.
Did you know Brian sent me flowers on my birthday? And his girlfriend was very friendly to me at Alex's party. Such a nice girl. Wears boots even when it's not cold out. What's her name?
I don't want to talk about my ex-husband and his sleazy girlfriends.
Always saying the wrong thing.
Dot.
I'll be an embarrassment at the funeral.
You're going to the funeral.
It'll be fine. A short memorial in the chapel, and then we'll go to lunch.
Cash bar.
We're not making our guests pay for their drinks.
Do you have any idea how much people drink when it's free?
Oh, it's going to be in the middle of the day. Nobody's going to get trash drunk.
Audrey hands Marilyn papers.
I made a short list of local restaurants to help you with the luncheon. I downloaded their menus, too.
Not much variety on these menus.
They all have beef, chicken, and fish entrees.
There's no vegan selections.
Make sure there's a bathroom.
If anyone comes who is vegan, which I seriously doubt, they can have a Cobb salad without the chicken, or a spinach salad without the bacon.
They both have eggs.
They can ask to hold the eggs.
Your father never ordered hard-boiled eggs at a restaurant. They gave him gas.
We know.
Tom could light up a room faster than a 300-watt light bulb.
Can we not talk about Dad's gas?
It's a fact of life.
Doesn't mean we have to talk about it.
Your sister has the same problem.
New subject.
Your grandmother was lactose intolerant.
You mean lactose intolerant. She couldn't drink milk.
She couldn't eat burnt toast. Made her sick as a dog.
This family is completely batshit.
Being reminded of the craziness is one of the joys of coming home.
You won't be coming home anymore. None of us will.
You know you can't take care of this place.
Who's going to look after your father's grave?
Not looking on him.
You could take Dad's ashes to Philadelphia and bury him there.
Or keep his urn with you and not bury him at all.
Oh, he has to be buried.
He's not Saint Joseph.
Catholics have to be interred.
And because God can only find them below the surface, whatever. We can bury him at Two Guys.
Sounds like a discount store.
It's what they call St. Peter's and Paul Cemetery.
Your father wanted to be buried in the family plot at his mother's feet.
You didn't tell me he wanted to be buried at Grandma's feet.
Tom sure loved his mama.
He always talked about it.
Oh, I scheduled the wrong plot.
Oh, I'm sure it's not too late to change
One
it.
more thing to do.
A phone call.
You call.
I will.
Make sure you leave room next to him for me.
I'll take care of it.
I said I'll do it.
Like the luncheon?
I've got 3 days.
Make sure you bring me back to be buried with your father.
They will.
We'll throw your urn in the trunk and drive out. We'll need to wait for the summer.
When the kids are out of school?
So we can go to Cedar Point, ride the Millennium Force.
Oh, Dad loved the blue streak.
Roller coasters make me ill.
You'll be dead.
Yeah, we'll bring the urn and to the park and we'll slap a GoPro camera on it.
With little rubber arms sticking up.
Marilyn pages through the wedding album.
Oh, how quickly life goes.
I'm trying to focus on how lucky we were to have him. That and doing what I think he would want are the only things getting me through this.
No matter what, we have each other.
I'll try to be more patient when Mom's living with me. Dad would want that.
Maybe the people that live at our old house will let us dig up the statue.
We'll go at night when they won't see us.
Oh, Jesus, wet.
Jean holds a glass for a toast.
Tom, we might all be nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut festival. But we love you.
End of Act 1. Act 2. The kitchen is visibly cleaner and cooled by an air conditioner. Dorothy, Jean, Marilyn, and Audrey enter in funeral attire.
You did your dad proud, girls. You sang like an angel, Marilyn. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house after your eulogy, Audrey.
I almost lost it when you talked about Dad taking the training wheels off so you could go your own way.
The luncheon was nice. Even Dr. Hofstadter came, and the Mitchells and the Romanos, they still live next door to our old house.
Maybe they can say hey to little old St. Joseph for us.
My vodka gimlet was nice. The bartender didn't make it too strong.
I told you it would be okay.
And the restroom was right by our table. Did you plan that?
Lucky coincidence.
Anyone want a drink?
A glass of wine.
I'll change.
Audrey exits. Jean retrieves a bottle of wine and 3 glasses.
Must be plumb tuckered out. Been up since the crack of dawn.
Marilyn wipes her glass.
To make everything perfect.
I'm glad she didn't make me wear black. Your father never liked me in black. Do you like this jacket?
It's pretty.
Her eulogy. All about Tom's integrity and honesty. How she could always count on him.
It was on sale. Marked down twice.
It's going to kill her to find out he lied to her.
Tom never lied.
We lied. Tom, you and me.
We were protecting the family.
She may never speak to me again.
Oh, you'll always be her Auntie Jean.
She has
Oh,
the right to know.
When should we tell her?
No.
After dinner.
Not tonight, while her head is full of Dad.
If you tell her, I'll never speak to you again.
I'll take that chance.
On the day my husband is laid to rest, his bones hardly cold.
He's cremated.
You know what I mean.
Audrey needs to know.
Audrey enters with a box, which she places on the counter.
Audrey needs to know what?
What a nice job you did.
It was beautiful.
Did you hear Patty Romano talking about her church trip to see the Dead Sea squirrels?
You mean the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yes, the squirrels.
You mean the biblical scrolls?
The squirrels from the Bible. There was a special exhibit at the art museum, and their church went, and they were there. The squirrels, and they were dead.
That's pretty amazing, Mom.
When does it stop hurting?
Honey, you'll always have a little hurt, a little empty space. But you'll get home and those kids will give you a run for your money.
We need to remember he's not in pain anymore.
The last months were hard on him.
Audrey picks up a pair of eyeglasses.
He was blind as a bat at midnight without those.
I kept thinking, he's dying, for God's sake. Why is he wearing his glasses? Then he stopped breathing. No death rattle, no sigh. Gone. I sat there. I couldn't move. I didn't take his glasses off. I didn't close his eyes. I just cried.
You were being a daughter, not a nurse, not a priest.
He was gone 20 minutes after I arrived.
He knew you were there.
He waited for you to come to take care of your mom.
I wish I had made it in time.
I wish I had more time to sit with him.
When I think of Graham, she's warm and close, her hand gently squeezing my shoulder. I could almost smell her Jean Nate. With that, it's like I'm calling into a pitch black, airless forest.
That's the grief getting in the way.
Where is he?
In heaven.
We don't know that.
Your father was a good man.
He was agnostic.
God understands people and their struggles.
He isn't anywhere. He's dead. Gone. We'll never hear his voice. Never see him smile.
He'll always be a part of us.
People say that to feel better.
Maybe you should take a nap.
Jesus Christ.
Stop blaspheming on the day of your father's funeral. We had a nice service and a nice lunch. Now let's sit down and behave like ladies. Your father would want that.
I think Tom would have liked an old-fashioned wake. Drinking and singing and stories. A celebration of his life.
I'm the best judge of what my husband would want.
You think they've buried him yet?
Don't think about it.
Can't think about anything else.
Your dad was in a living hell from the pain.
I should have come to visit more. Brought the kids.
You keep telling them about him.
Warn them about smoking.
I told him not to inhale.
We'll go to the cemetery tomorrow. Sit on a bench.
You know, going through Dad's letters, Graham's papers, and the family photos has me thinking. For everything I learn, I have 10 more questions. When you come to live with us, I want you to tell Drew and Alex about growing up and Graham and your family, and Dad's family too, about Grandma and Grandpa and Aunt Babs and Uncle Frankie.
They won't be interested.
It might take a while to sink in, but they'll appreciate it later.
You're a good storyteller.
I signed up for an ancestry account, and I'm going to build a family tree.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Audrey opens the box.
I had this shipped overnight. You're going to love it.
What is it?
DNA kits. We spit in the tubes and send it in, and they send us where our people came from and when they lived there. You might find people we don't even know we're related to. Oh, you'll like this. We get health history information.
Marilyn, Jean, and Dorothy sit in stunned silence.
Sounds expensive.
Well, it's my gift. My way of saying sorry for how difficult I've been.
Our DNA goes into a database shared by strangers. I'm not comfortable with that.
Anytime you took a blood or urine test, you went in a database.
Audrey hands out the tubes.
Only take a second. On the count of 3.
I'm not spitting in this. None of us are.
What?
Send them back.
Why?
I'm your mother and I say no.
I'm doing it. Marilyn? Jean?
There is an explosive silence.
Audrey,
No,
your mom and I have something to tell you.
we don't.
Not today.
What happened?
You know how we love you and we wouldn't hurt you for the world.
Your aunt is tired.
Enough, Dot. It's time.
Anything we did was out of love.
I swear I just found out.
Tell me, for God's sake.
I didn't move to the south to get away from the snow. It was a maternity home.
You had a baby?
Yes. A beautiful, perfect baby girl.
Why didn't you tell us?
Ancient history.
We have a cousin. Do you know where she is?
Yes.
Can we meet her?
Audrey,
Jean takes Audrey's hand and looks at her meaningfully.
Your will. Everything to me. No. No. Mom,
Don't get yourself all upset.
you're my mother?
I'm your mother.
birth mother.
You're telling me now?
I was shocked.
We should have told you a long time ago.
We should have left sleeping dogs lie.
Shut up, Mom. Shut the hell up.
You wouldn't speak to me like that if your father were here.
My father? Is he my father?
Not your birth father.
You didn't tell me. My own sister. I mean, cousin.
We thought it was best to wait until after the funeral.
So I could stand up there like an idiot and talk about what a tremendous role model Dad was, who taught me about truth and integrity. Shit, God damn shit!
I know how you
Oh,
feel.
did you wake up today and find out your mother is your aunt and your aunt is your mother?
She was raped.
Mom!
Better raped than sinning.
My only sin was trusting too much.
You gave me up?
You don't know what it was like back then. Women who had babies without being married were shunned.
With the whole family talking about me my entire life. Your friends feeling sorry for me?
Nobody knew. Only your father.
My uncle.
Your father, Jean, me, Graham, my doctor, and a couple people in Alabama who don't matter. I strapped a pillow to my stomach. People thought I went to visit Jean and you were premature. That's how it was done back then. Civilized.
Civilized.
Your father and I gave you a life Jean couldn't give you.
Who the hell is my father?
A no good son of a bitch.
Shut up. For once in your miserable life, Dot, shut up. You're what we used to call a love child.
Love?
Was he married?
No,
Who is he?
my first and only love. The moment I set eyes on him in the 3rd grade, when he helped me cross the street. He was a 6th grade crossing guard. Never could resist a man in uniform.
Does everything have to be a joke?
A rich boy messing with a girl from the wrong side of the tracks.
His father was a doctor, and mine was a drunk. I knew he didn't have a smelly chicken coop in his backyard. But he would walk me home from school and sit in our tiny kitchen and talk with Gram like she was a fine lady.
That's so romantic.
He went off to college and then medical school, left the prettiest girl in Bay City, waiting tables, turning eligible men down right and left.
You didn't think they were eligible. You moved to Cleveland and never looked back.
I wanted a better life.
I wanted Bill. I didn't care if he was a doctor or if he worked at the town dump.
What happened?
When I wrote him I was having his baby, his father sent me a check with the name and address of someone who would help me. He told me not to contact his son again.
She came to me.
I went to my sister for help.
That's what Tom and I did. We paid for that nice maternity home in Alabama and adopted you. Everything was fixed.
Fixed.
Fixed?
You were such a sweet baby. Your father and I fell in love with you.
My father and my mother, who lied to me every day of my life.
We did the loving thing.
Why keep it a secret?
I wanted to tell you 100 times.
Why didn't you?
I promised.
You should be grateful to me for cleaning up your mess.
I'm a mess.
No, she didn't mean that.
We kept you in the family and Jean was free.
You want me to say that it's okay that my whole life is a lie. You gave me up.
When you were 19, your biggest decision was which classes to take and whether to wear straight cut or boot cut jeans.
I'd never give up on my kids.
They let me hold you one time when I was so groggy I could hardly see. Your sweet little angel face was all scrunched up and you smelled fresh with baby powder. I kissed you and you were gone. You were 2 years old the next time I saw you, and when I picked you up, you cried and reached for the only mother you knew.
It's not like you were 14 and alone.
What could I give you? I couldn't raise you waiting tables. You had a full-time mom. And I thought, at least you'd be in my life.
Like you want the best for your children.
Your father and I gave you everything.
We're talking about betrayal. A calculated secret kept from me all my life.
Let's take a breather.
Sorry, my pain is upsetting cocktail hour.
Let me make you
If
some...
you say green tea, I'm gonna ram those tea bags down your goddamn throat.
Your sister's trying to help.
I don't have a sister or a father. Just a bunch of people who voted me out of the family before I was born.
All I ever did was my best to be a good mom, a good sister, a good wife.
Let's get changed. I'm sorry.
Dorothy and Jean exit.
I always thought, no matter how screwed up the rest of the world was, Dad was there. The rock. The man who had the answers. The one I could trust. Daddy! You lied! You lied! I hate you! I trusted you. I can't trust anyone. Not Brian. Not Mom. Aunt Jean. Especially you. With your secret life. Your texting. I know that guy isn't the husband of one of your friends. We were best friends. Now all you talk about are your rallies in the store. I don't know you.
You won't like me. I've been in a relationship for 7 years.
And you didn't tell me? In 7 years?
I couldn't.
That's why you evaded me every time I wanted to visit. You're ashamed of me.
No. I'm a skanky bitch whore.
He's married.
Married, kids. I'm the other woman. The horrible one stealing a man away from his home and family. You want to hear something ironic? His name is Brian. When you called me and said Brian was cheating on you, it might have been me.
7 years.
On and off.
Isn't Brian the name of...
The store owner, my boss. We'd call it off, swore we were done, just be friends. And then one thing would lead to another, and we'd be back again in the danger zone.
all the single men out there, and you screwed this one, knowing he had a wife who was doing everything she could to keep her family together? Oh, your scent on him when he came home and hugged her. Jesus Christ, what were you thinking?
What an awful person I was. A horrible, awful person. He was the only person who knew everything about me and wouldn't judge me. Oh. I knew if I told you, you would look at me like that, and I couldn't bear it. What happened between you and Brian was not your fault, not his fault. And being perfect isn't going to make him regret leaving you any more than it's going to bring back Dad.
Dorothy and Jean enter.
I'm going to find a flight for tomorrow.
You might as well stay. I'm packing up and driving home now.
It's too late to drive that far.
At least wait until the morning.
Stop telling me what to do, how to feel. I'm done with all of you, especially you.
I wasn't the perfect mother. And I know that you all laugh at me behind my back. You both outgrew me a long time ago. When you were little, it was easy. You looked up to me, wanted to dress in my clothes, wear my lipstick. We spent every minute together, going to the park, sewing clothes for your dolls, baking cookies, swimming at the Y.
I remember.
When you went to school, you started asking me questions I couldn't answer. I can't help it if I'm not as smart and clever as the rest of you. I wish we could have a little of that back when I was important to you. You may think your life is a lie, but how much I love you is not a lie. I thought it would be easier for you to forget him.
His name is Bill. God rest his soul. And there hasn't been a day that I haven't thought about him and wondered if he thought about me. I fantasized about faking an illness and going into his office. But no. I created Jean. Southern belle, life for the party, joke on my lips, drink in my hand. Jean from Bay City. And all her troubles disappeared.
I thought if you didn't have his Bill's child as a reminder, it would help you move on. You were so miserable when he abandoned you. It broke my heart. Then I broke your heart. Maybe we should have helped you keep Audrey.
We can't go back. I can't bear to lose you twice.
Don't go. I don't care if you lift another finger here. I just want my daughter. Both my daughters and my sister.
I'll stay if you'll stay. Quit my job last night. I'm making a clean break.
I can't. It's too much.
Would you be happier without us?
No.
We've let men run our lives too long. We can work it out together. I need my big sister. We all do.
Dad wasn't perfect, was he?
No. And you don't have to be perfect either.
I can almost hear him snoring in his chair.
Bless his heart.
It's been one hell of a week.
It's going to be lonely here without your dad. I don't think I'll put up a tree on Christmas.
Maybe you'll be with us by then.
I will?
We'll see.
Who's going to sell the house?
The realtors.
Realtors? What do they know about selling houses? We'll need St. Joseph.
You never dug up the last one.
We've done enough digging up today.
Are you sure about me moving to Philadelphia?
Isn't that what you want?
You never asked me what I want.
Do you want to live with the kids and me?
No.
No?
I want to live near you, but not with you. I want to live in one of those places I saw on TV, where I can have my own apartment, go to dinner with a group of ladies, play bingo, and watch movies.
You could take exercise and yoga classes.
I'll hate to leave you.
I'll be all right.
There are restaurants in Philadelphia who could probably use an experienced assistant manager or manager.
That's true.
We could be roommates.
Neighbors.
I don't know what to do with this. My aunt's my mom, my mom's my aunt, my dad's my uncle, you're my cousin, and some guy I'll never meet is my father. You told me I'd wake up one day and not know who I am.
Let's spit in those tubes. No telling what we'll find out.
We're going to need 2 St. Joseph statues for me and Jean.
No statues.
Is there any bourbon left? I'm going to make a big-ass batch of Kentucky lemonade.
Jean takes the lemonade pitcher and a jar of maraschino cherries out of the refrigerator. Audrey finds the bourbon. Dorothy places 4 glasses on the table.
I don't know if I can do this.
Marilyn takes the bottle from Audrey, pours the bourbon into the lemonade pitcher.
You're our rock. We need you more than ever.
Jean adds lime juice, mixes, and pours into the glasses. Dorothy puts a maraschino cherry in each glass.
You know, we bought this house from Catholics. Maybe they left a statue.
Maybe there's a whole platoon of St. Joe's under the rose bush.
Jesus wept.
Jean raises her glass.
We may fight like cats and dogs and drink more than we like to admit, but I wouldn't trade places with anyone. Even though we're crazy as bat shit.
End of play.